Hello, everybody. This is Theme Team Problems, episode 7 or 8. And we're here to talk to you about hero clicks, the thing we do. And yeah, as you know, with the new format, we have a random number generator set up to give us a random set from hero clicks. And then we do a second number to pick a random figure from that set. And then we talk about it or like anything having to do with that or whatever comes to mind about that figure. And that's that.
Yes.
So we've already done it, and it's coming up to Mr. Fantastic.
From which set?
The Galactic Guardians set from the year 20th of the 12th.
Oh my, that was a year.
Yes. That was the year of the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh yes, the tournament series that spanned in about 3 sets. Very fun.
Yeah,
very engaging.
my first real like tournament experience. Like I think I had gone to some games, but that was the first like big thing for me.
Yeah, I think that's when we started going consistently, at least once a month. I know I would try to go to as many different ones as I could get to, but as a group, I think we went to at least one a month.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, because we were trying to get the whole gauntlet.
Yeah, we were getting the Infinity Stones that came each month as a participation prize, and trying to fulfill the Gauntlet resource, which I think was the first resource.
Um,
That
I
sounds
don't know
right.
if you could count other older things as resources, so that does make sense for it to be the first one.
I want to say it was the first with like on its own. It could be added to different things. It had its own dial type of that enhanced a particular figure as opposed to like event dials that just change the map
Yeah.
or battlefield conditions or you know more than just a feat. It did all these other various things depending on in-game interactions.
Yeah, that was a fun set. This is one of the first sets where I got most of the figures from the main set that weren't, the super rares and stuff.
Yeah, this was the first set that I almost completed.
Mm-hmm.
I only missed one chase, and I was so close to getting it.
Was
it
it? Sorry, was it this Mr. Fantastic?
no, actually, the chase Thanos was the one I still have not gotten, and I was very close to getting it. I had gone to a sealed event, and all the boosters were randomized, and they were displayed on the counter next to the register, so that when players came in, they randomly picked two, and that's what they were going to make their team out of. Now I walk in, I pick my two, I sit down. A few minutes later, somebody else walks in, and they pick their two boosters right after me. In both boosters, there was a Chase Thanos.
Damn.
Two. Two Chase Thanos
Damn.
that I was just randomly so close to possibly getting at least one of them, and yet all those hopes dashed away.
But you pulled two Skrull Rebels.
I pulled a lot of scrolls. Funny enough, I think I pulled 4 super rare Thanos in the entire time I was just going to tournaments.
Oh, that's
This
not
was,
bad. Yeah, that was a good
oh,
Thanos.
yeah, it's not. It was a very good piece. But this was the one set where I came very close to completing early on before I was buying like bricks or cases. Just in going to multiple tournaments and then purchasing loose boosters here and there.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about the Chase Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, I don't know if you have the dial in front of you like I do.
I am pulling it up right now
Uh,
because I forgot to do that earlier.
that's good. I think I still have it actually because I did pull it at one of the games. I'm not sure
Yes,
which
yes.
one I did, but I know for sure I did get this figure. Uh, I never got to use it. I didn't have that many Fantastic Four figures because like most of the Fantastic Four were from like older sets or this set, and they were super rares. So I didn't get a chance to ever have most of the Fantastic Four. And
Yeah, see, there was Fantastic Four that came out in the Captain America set.
oh, there was the Human Torch and the Invisible Woman. I had the Invisible Woman. I remember because I think somebody wanted it. I'm pretty sure.
I think so, yeah, because there was also, I believe, in Mr. Fantastic and a Thing in that set.
No, that was this set.
Was that this one? Okay, so it was just those two, and then the other two came in this set. That's right. That's what happened.
So they were all super rares.
Yes.
Spread around like two different sets. So that's always fun to have. I liked the Invisible Woman; she was good, and this Mr. Fantastic was good, but it's just very situational.
Yeah.
Uh, I never got to use them, but I remember I specifically was trying to for I was trying to plan around because we were doing the Galactus, we were practicing to fight
Oh, right.
Galactus, and I was very much like considering this figure. I'm like, oh,
It
it's
would
so
work so well.
thematically appropriate, but I have no idea how to play this correctly.
Yeah.
Like his problem is that he like theoretically, if you fought Galactus with this figure, unless you lucked out, he could die really easily.
Yeah. I mean, if you can deal him 7 damage, which I'm pretty sure in those scenarios when we were facing the Galactus, it did at least 6, if not more damage top dial.
Well, he had the multi attack and all that
And multi attack, yeah.
with like 4 or 5 damage.
Hmm.
That's fun. I like that we were able to kill Galactus.
Yes.
I did the last shot with my old veteran some firestorm. Uh,
That's fun.
no, the guy with the uh, you don't watch Arrow. God damn you. Firehead, atomic powers.
Atomic Skull?
No, good guy. He has multiple heads, people in his head.
Oh, yes. Firestorm.
Yes, he
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
last hit. Range combat expert, dude.
Oh, yeah.
That was so cool. But damn, I wish I got to use this Fantastic Four. So like for me, trying to build a Fantastic Four team around this figure, he's not. I don't know. He's got a lot of support. Before he gets to the end where he has that weird power, the activation,
Yeah.
which is good. Plasticity, that's good. A lot of range for now, 8 range.
Oh, yeah. Now it's a good, decent amount of range. That was pretty good back then, too.
Well, I'm looking at the dial now more carefully. It's like he's like built to be at range,
Yeah.
like
You gotta keep it far away.
specifically, and I guess that's what the plasticity would be for too. To if he does get base, just leave as fast as he can.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Let me read the last power he has on his last click, the full activation. Give
Yes.
Mr. Fantastic a power action and choose an opposing character within 8 squares in line of fire. Deal 1 unavoidable damage to that character for each 100 points or fraction thereof of its point value for this game. After this action resolves, KO Mr. Fantastic. Well, fuck, I forgot how badass that sounds.
Yeah. So if you have like, oh, I don't know, 1800 point Galactus,
Oh, I don't know.
maybe just deal him 18 damage.
Oh, oh my god. Wait, you. Oh, it's so fucked up because you don't have to make an attack.
Yeah.
It.
You're just activating it. It's just power action.
Oh my god.
All you have to be within 8 squares in line of fire, and if you're a colossal, you're always in line of fire.
Oh my god. Damn. The problem is like figuring out a team where you're fighting something that powerful.
Yeah.
like it's very like I can't think of a like okay, for most games you're not going to be bringing out a Galactus, so it's like at the most let's say 300 point, like let's say you're fighting 300 point Superman or something. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool, you get to my last click. Is it, I guess all I can do is just give you some unavoidable damage, which is good, but it's like, I don't
Yeah.
know, it's so situational,
Especially in that situation
especially
where
because it's a fraction of also. So it's like if you're 100, let's say 130 points, it's like one damage.
2 damage.
I thought it says 100 points or fraction thereof.
Yeah. So it means a fraction of 100 counts as another instance of 100.
Oh, okay, I didn't realize. Okay,
So it's saying
that's better.
because it's at that time where they still had. Well, look at him. He's 110 points, but if we look at somebody around him, they probably had something like 82 points, or like that Dr.Doom from that same set was 169. So if you had something that was kind of powerful and maybe, well, let's take at the time, even though it probably wouldn't be in a standard game, where you had like Superboy Prime
Mm-hmm.
or the chases from Crisis, where they were like 300 and something, but just like a little over 300, it would be 4 points of unavoidable damage, just because they're that slight bit over. 301, 4 damage. 201, 3 damage.
All right,
Something
all
like
right.
that. And they did that often. It was just like, oh, this is a really powerful figure. Let's push him just past the 100 point mark of whatever they were doing.
Would I had a question? So let's say I have my 400 point Dormammu, right? And I decide to put a resource on him that counts for points. Would that count for the power as being more points?
No, in that case, it would just be whatever is printed on the dial, because it also goes into like multiple starting line figures and different point values,
Mm-hmm.
and or at the time when they were dealing with alter ego stuff, it would specifically tell you, okay, you switched into this character, but if you KO this piece now, you don't get what's printed on their dial if they were at full power. You get whatever the alter ego was worth. That's why on the other one it'll say like 110 points or 40 points.
Mm-hmm.
So it's based on what the point value is for that game, for that figure. I think it even says that too. Okay, maybe it doesn't. Maybe I was looking at something else. But yeah, depending on how it's introduced into the game, like what were the Morlocks or the X students, I think, where they could be 10 points if you play
Oh
them
yeah,
regularly,
yeah.
or 5 points if you're just like, hey, we're gonna do this thing so they're cheaper somehow. So even though on their dial they could be 10 points, for this particular instance of the game, they're only 5. Something like that. So even though you have the resource on them, it wouldn't actually count towards the piece's point value.
Mm-hmm.
It's more just, this is part of my build, and I'm assigning it to this particular character. But you could assign it to anything. It's just adding to your build total.
All right, all right, cool. Hmm. I was just okay. I'm looking at the. So I'm thinking. I started thinking about this figure a little more. I'm like, some of these implications if you're able to get to that last click. My god. Okay, 3,000 point Thanos.
Yes.
30 clicks of unavoidable damage.
Yes, yes.
That like what?
Yeah, yeah.
Damn, that is insane. Like the only problem is staying alive that long, cause like if you're smart, like you would go after him like immediately.
And see, that's the thing too, is damage him as much as possible, and or throw the readout very early on, and you know, top top of the game. Okay, cool. You try to plan. See, this would be better if it was a stop click,
Yeah.
and you have the opportunity to do it, but it's all just you have to be lucky to land on it. So you either manipulate to where you rush and push and try to get yourself to that point and sacrifice the piece as your strategy, and then pop it off, and you're like, oh, yeah, you're a very powerful piece, but now you're taking unavoidable damage based on your power level.
Or you could hold back and just like keep pushing him like little by little, like just like this character is held back because if it's a big game like that anyway, there's gonna be other targets for
Yeah, definitely.
the character and like okay cool I'm gonna hold back, I'm just gonna perplex people out with some stuff if that comes up, and then just push up until the last click, and then somebody with telekinesis or something could just throw him out there.
True. Get him in range, get him close enough with the 8 away, and activate, and then boom, damage.
That's a way to go with it. Or, uh, you, okay, let's say without the god killing power that he has, you tried to play him in a regular game. It's still not a bad read. You know what I mean?
True, yes.
Like, okay, it's all range. He's got enough support power, good defense from range for the first half. I'm always a little skeptical of super senses, but it's still good. Like 10 damage, 9 damage. I mean, sorry,
Well, to
attack.
be fair, 33% of the time, it works every time.
It's thank you, Chad. But okay, like even when he gets down right before his second to last click, 9 attack, 2 damage. It's like, okay, that sounds bad, but he has the other power. A focused mind can survive this. Give Mr. Fantastic a double power action. Mr. Fantastic can use a penetrating psychic blast as a free action and modifies his attack value by +2 and his damage by +1. So 3 damage and 11 attack.
Yeah. And that double power action would then put you
Penetrating.
last click.
Yeah, and then like you wait a turn and then you do the thing.
Yeah.
And that's not even counting like there I can't think of it on the top of my head, but there could be characters that do some sort of effect of giving you like a stop click, to somebody else,
Yeah.
or like anything like that, someone who could like stop you from dying, you know.
True.
And there's like some workarounds I feel for this, but we're not like I'm not thinking super hard about it.
I mean, considering it's a 8-year-old piece and not part of modern, and we have multiple new Mr. Fantastic currently as of the time of recording this.
I still think it's viable for a Fantastic Four team.
Oh, it is. He definitely is.
It's
Especially,
just not crazy. The keywords are also a little lame. It's only two: Fantastic Four and Scientist. When other ones have like, you know, the possibility of like Avengers or like Illuminati or all these other things.
true, but then also with the current new Fantastic Four set, a lot of the pieces are coming in at 40 points.
Mm.
So you could have you could pad the team with some decent support and with the viability of the Fantastic Four team ability with this Mr. Fantastic and maybe a frontline or also range attacker to deal out a little bit of extra damage before this one can hopefully get off his last click Hail Mary.
And not even just that, the double power action thing.
True, true. And
And
then with multiple Fantastic Four team members, you'll likely get theme team role, and you'll likely be able to dictate what map you play on, which also would hinder or support this particular piece and the team you form around him.
because he's all range. I like that he does penetrating damage for his whole dial, like from range.
Oh yeah, and then 2 clicks of pulse wave.
Well, that's what I mean for penetrating too.
Yes.
Like it's really good. I don't know, but theoretically you could use 2 reads at lower points from like the new set or something to
Yeah,
equal it out. I guess it would depend on what you're trying to do exactly.
yeah.
Uh, I have nothing more to say about it. Do you?
I liked the sculpt. It was very unique and dynamic, and I'm glad they continued that with this particular type of character.
I like that he's holding the ultimate nullifier and that he's
Yes,
all stretchy.
yes,
So I translated what you said into me speak.
true.
I speak. So yeah, I think we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for listening to
Theme Team Problems.
From
Chad,
and
Randy.
yes, you can find us on iTunes and Spotify. We have our Instagram, comics _mistakes, and we also have our YouTube channel, the same thing, where we post comic book stuff and HeroClix stuff. And yeah, thank you for listening. Goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.